You cannot dictate what life brings to your doorstep. You cannot command the wind, silence the storm, or rewrite the past. But you can decide what those winds carve into your character. You can decide whether hardship hardens you or refines you. So the real question is this: do you drift helplessly in the chaos of circumstances, or do you stand grounded like bedrock in the center of a hurricane? Today, we are going to explore why Epictetus, once a Roman slave, became one of history's greatest teachers of inner freedom. More importantly, we will examine how his philosophy has the power to transform your life in a way that is both uncompromising and deeply peaceful. Before we continue, take a moment to support the channel. Subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future content. Now, let's return to the heart of the message: Epictetus and the art of living. Picture this: your body is chained, owned by another human being. You have no legal rights, no political voice, no guarantee of tomorrow. Yet inside your mind, there exists a realm no one can invade. Imagine losing status, security, possessions, and still discovering tranquility. This is not mythology. It is not inspirational fiction. It is the lived reality of Epictetus. Though he spent years in bondage, Epictetus may have been one of the freest individuals who ever walked the earth. He did not leave behind a dramatic autobiography filled with personal glory. Instead, he left something far more powerful: a method for living. What follows is not shallow motivation. It is not a collection of comforting quotes. It is a discipline of the spirit, a training of perception, emotion, and will. It is the art of cultivating inner strength, emotional balance, and purposeful action. Epictetus taught a simple yet radical idea: do not demand that events unfold according to your wishes. Instead, wish for events to unfold as they do. In that alignment, you will find peace, the great divide, what is in our control and what is not. At the center of Epictetus's philosophy lies one defining distinction: some things are within our control, other things are not. This single insight changes everything. What belongs to you? Your opinions, your judgments, your intentions, your desires, your choices, your actions. What does not belong to you? The past, the future, other people's opinions, economic downturns, political decisions, the weather, traffic, illness, aging, other people's behavior. Most people live as though they are responsible for everything. They try to manage how others think, predict how events will unfold, and secure guarantees in an uncertain world. And because reality refuses to obey them, they live in constant frustration. Freedom begins the moment you stop trying to dominate what is uncontrollable and begin mastering what is within you. Accept this fully. Not everything depends on you. And what does not depend on you should not be allowed to steal your inner stability. This is difficult. We naturally want influence over everything, even over the decisions of those we love. Perhaps you decide to improve your health, but your partner resists change. You argue, persuade, explain, yet nothing shifts. Eventually you feel defeated, but you haven't failed. You are not responsible for their choices. They govern their own will. Your responsibility lies in shaping your own conduct, and often the most powerful influence you can exert is example. First, principle. Train your perception. It is not things themselves that disturb us, Epictetus taught, but our judgments about them. A financial setback, a harsh comment, a diagnosis. In themselves, these are events, neutral occurrences. The suffering arises in the interpretation. When you label something as catastrophic, humiliating, or unbearable, you ignite emotional turmoil. When you view it as challenging but manageable, your internal state shifts. Epictetus urges vigilance. Guard your thoughts like a soldier guards a fortress. Question every automatic interpretation. Ask, is this truly as terrible as I am telling myself? Or is my mind amplifying it? Change the lens, and the landscape changes. Second principle, love fate, amor fati. You can wage war against reality, or you can learn to move with it. The Stoic does not passively resign himself to circumstances. He does not collapse in defeat. Instead, he meets reality with dignity. He embraces what occurs, not because it is pleasant, but because it is real. This practice is called amor fati, love of fate. To love fate does not mean enjoying pain. It means recognizing that every event becomes material for growth. Every obstacle becomes training. Every setback becomes a forge. You do not merely endure what happens, you transform it. Third principle, strength comes from within. Train yourself to will what happens. The world conditions you to chase control, to manipulate outcomes, to secure comfort. Epictetus trains you to cultivate surrender, not weakness, but disciplined acceptance. Real discipline is not just waking up early or following routines. It is resisting impulsive reactions. It is holding your composure when insulted. It is maintaining silence when chaos surrounds you. True power is inner composure, ancient wisdom, modern science. This may sound like abstract philosophy, but what Epictetus articulated nearly 2,000 years ago now finds strong support in contemporary psychology and neuroscience. 1. Cognitive restructuring. Modern cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, rests on the principle that emotional distress arises not directly from events, but from distorted thinking patterns. Aaron Beck's foundational work in the 1970s demonstrated that automatic negative thoughts drive anxiety and depression. By restructuring these interpretations, individuals reduce suffering. Epictetus said it centuries earlier. It is not events that disturb us. It is our judgments. Shift your thinking, and your emotional world shifts. 2. Radical acceptance and mindfulness. In contemporary therapeutic models such as acceptance and commitment therapy, ACT, a central idea is radical acceptance, fully allowing the present moment to exist without resistance. Research shows that resisting reality intensifies distress. Acceptance reduces emotional reactivity and increases resilience. To wish events to unfold as they do is not fatalism. It is psychological maturity. Loving fate is an advanced form of emotional regulation. 3. Internal locus of control. Psychological research distinguishes between an external and internal locus of control. Individuals with an internal locus believe their responses shape their experience. Those with an external locus feel ruled by circumstances. Studies consistently show that people with a strong internal locus are more resilient, more disciplined, healthier, and less prone to depression. Epictetus did not use this terminology, he simply called it freedom. Stoicism is not mystical thinking. It is disciplined cognition aligned with reality. When ancient philosophical insight converges with modern science, we are not merely inspired, we are equipped. 2 lives, 1 world. 2 individuals wake up in the same world. One feels victimized by circumstances, tossed around by events, dependent on approval, shaken by criticism. The other faces identical conditions but governs his internal state. He chooses his response. He refuses to surrender his character to chance. What separates them? Philosophy. Not abstract theory, but lived philosophy. Modern Stoic writer Ryan Holiday summarizes it clearly. You cannot control what happens, but you can control how you respond. Jordan Peterson echoes a similar sentiment. Life contains suffering. What defines you is how you confront it. These ideas are not new. They are echoes of Epictetus, the art of living. The art of living is not about wealth, status, or pleasure. It is not about eliminating difficulty. It is about consistency of character. It is about remaining steady when circumstances fluctuate. It is about composure under pressure. It is about choosing principle over impulse. Epictetus does not ask you to become emotionless. He does not ask you to become stone. He asks you to become a mountain, solid, rooted, alive. A mountain does not fight the storm. It does not flee the wind. It stands in relationship with both sky and thunder. This is strength without rigidity, calm without passivity. If these ideas resonate with you, support the channel. Like, comment, subscribe. But more importantly, select one principle from Epictetus. Write it down. Reflect on it. Practice it. Wisdom that remains theoretical changes nothing. Only embodied philosophy transforms a life. No one is truly free until they master themselves. That is the legacy of Epictetus.